Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beauty and Business. Thank you for tuning in. I am Twyla McLean. I am a licensed cosmetologist out in Aurora, Colorado, and surrounding areas. And I absolutely love what I do. I am a business owner, right? And I'm a mother of two and a wife. So, I was thinking about what it was that I could do to contribute to gaining a little bit of financial freedom for our people. And I was on this quest to building my business, and my husband, who's a smart man, he was like, are you building your business credit? And I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, you have your EIN, are you building on that? And I was like, no. So I started to do the research, and I have been building my business credit for a little bit now, because it does take some time. If you pay somebody to do it, you can get it done within like 6 months. But, if you have money like that, pay somebody to do it and you can build your business credit, but really fast. But I have really been kind of just taking my time to do it and learning it through the process, learning the process of it all. And I've actually been able to appreciate it a little bit more, just because now I just know so much in depth about building business credit. But I wanted to do these videos because I kind of want to share with you in real time as to what is happening when I apply for accounts, what is working and what's not working. And I also want to give you guys a few beauty tips on things that work better for me. And maybe you can utilize these tips in your salon, or if you do hair at home, or if you're just starting out. Some of this stuff you might be doing already, and you could just leave comments below like, hey, this is actually working out faster, because I love to get the input as well. But if you're like, hey, I had no idea that works that way and it's gonna work for me, yeah, then you should like, subscribe, and if you're on Facebook, please share these videos, okay? And so this is going to be my 10-step video on how to build a business profile before you can start to apply for business financing. So this is something that has really been like close to me, because the process is real. Okay, and so these 10 steps that I'm gonna give you are like some real nuggets, because I had to go through trial and error, and so I'm actually going to be showing you stuff that I went through that you can avoid. And if you don't even know nothing about business credit, like, this is a good time for you to just tune in and start to get the logistics of it, especially if you out here with a business, okay? So step number 1, guys, make sure that we have our license, okay? Whatever license that you need to operate your business, whatever license that you need to, well, not necessarily in this step to operate your business, but in a way, like if you are wanting to do hair, make sure you have your hair license, cosmetology license. If you want to do facials and worry about and focus on skin, then make sure you have your esthetician license. If nail technician, whatever it is that you want to do your business, right? Whatever it is that you see yourself doing, make sure that you have your license. Make sure you get enrolled in school if you don't already have it, okay? So that's step number 1. You just want to make sure that when you open up your business and you're behind that chair and you hiring people, they ain't looking at you like, well, where's your L's? Because that's important. I don't care if you're the best in the room. Where's your credentials? Right? If we got to go through it and make it happen and show our proof, and show our, why? Just because you're good? Because there's people out here that are gooder than, who are great, and they're better than a lot of people who do have licenses, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get it just because, you are pretty seasoned in the game, Like, if you're that seasoned, it should take you nothing to just go get licensed, right? Get your license. Whatever it is you're doing. Get your license. Don't nobody wants you working under and without a license. Why would you want to be working without a license? Like, get your license. Second, your name. What is your name? Make sure your name is catchy. Make sure it's universal. Make sure it's not long. And make sure it can stick with you long term. Okay? Like, for instance, I chose beauty because I know that if I put hair, even though I do hair, but when I open up, a place where I can provide enough women to come in and utilize different services and provide different services for ladies, I wanted it to be something universal. Like, you can come here and get all type of beauty products and beauty products, right? You can come here get the beauty products, and you can come here and get all kind of beauty services. So I just wanted to be beauty. I didn't want to be stuck on here. I didn't want people Googling me, and when they get here to do hair, then I have to tell them, like, we offer all this. I want you to know that whenever you go to the website, right? After you have gotten your name, right? Step number 3. Now you are going to, a lot of people don't know this, but you are actually going to go to GoDaddy, okay? And you're going to make sure that the name you have chosen is available for when you're ready to build your website. Because there are a lot of people starting businesses. There's people who start multiple businesses because they know how to build the business credit and they know how to get the business financing. And they're doing it for their children, they just know. There's a lot of people who know this information. So make sure that your name is available. Make sure when you go to build your website, you have to be like say you want to be financialoptions.com, and you go there and financialoptions.com is just not available. I would probably choose something to where when it's time for me to build my website, I can use that name. That way, everything is staying consistent within your business. You don't want your business to be called one thing, but then you're sending them to a whole different website, So you want to make sure everything's consistent. So go to GoDaddy and see if your domain is available. And when you see that it is, go ahead and purchase your domain. I would say just purchase it for like 2 years. It's pretty inexpensive. So if they're always offering deals, purchase your domain, and then start looking around, see who can start building your website and stuff like that. Just start building on that. And number 4, you are going to create your entity. Okay, you're going to create who it is that you want to be. Do you want to be an LLC? Do you want to be a corporation? I would stay away from a sole proprietor or a partnership, but you also have those choices. Do what's best for your business. Are you a nonprofit, etc. So choose what it is that you want to be, and then you are going to step number 5, you're going to get your EIN. Okay? Make sure that you get your EIN number, which is free. Okay, just go to IRS and get your EIN number. And now your EIN number, guys, is going to be your social security number for your business, right? So this is a very important number. This is the number you're going to want to use so you do not have to use a personal guarantee when you are applying for financing, because that's not what you want to do. You do not want to put your social security number on your documentation to fill out for financing, because then they are going to pull your personal credit score, and it's going to be on your consumer credit. In some cases, like, read the fine print, because there's some people who will tell you like, hey, we just need to verify who you are, so put your social down. And if it's stating that, you're fine, because usually after that it's saying, hey, check this box if you want personal guarantee. Just don't check that box, right? But if they're telling you like, hey, we need your social and you're going to be a personal guarantee, that's that, call them, call them, but don't put your social down, because there's so many ways that you can get business financing without a personal guarantee. That's the point of this. That's the point of building your business, right? You're building business credit. Now, number 6, once you have your EIN number, you are now going to get a virtual office if you do not have a physical office. If you do not have a physical office, physical space, you need to purchase a virtual office and pay this monthly, because this is going to be your address, your professional address that looks like you have a location, not your home address, not a P.O. box, not any of that. Get a virtual office so that way it looks like you have a professional location. Okay. Also, with the virtual office, at this time, you want to get, and this is still step number 6. So, at this time, when you get your virtual office, you want to get a business phone number. Okay. You're not going to put any kind of landline numbers or like home phone numbers or cell phone numbers on any of these applications. It just don't work that way, you guys. You have to get a professional phone number, fax number, and also you want to have a business email address. You don't want to fill out any application stating, like, if you were financial options, you don't want to be financialoptions@gmail.com. Okay. It should be info at financialoptions.com, or whatever you decide at that point. And I have a physical address, but as far as my business phone and fax number and business email, I did not have. I got my business phone through Ring Central, and so my business phone number is my fax number, so that worked out for me. And I actually got my business email address with GoDaddy, so maybe that goes into step number 3. So make sure when you're at GoDaddy, see if they offer you a business email and get that. Okay. Now, after you have your virtual office, because now you have an address, now you have a phone number for your business, the fax number, and your business email address, you're going to register with the Secretary of State. I believe when I registered, it was $50 here in Colorado. I'm not like 100% for sure. You can Google it, but you're going to want to register with the Secretary of State. And at this time, when you register with the Secretary of State, even like say you're Financial Options LLC because you chose your entity. Even though you're LLC, at this time when you're registering with the with the Secretary of State, do not put LLC behind your name if you don't plan on using that on your business cards, if you don't plan on using that every time you write down your name. You don't have to do it. Everybody doesn't have to know your LLC. You could be an LLC without having to put that in the back of your name, okay? But when you're registering with the Secretary of State, you don't want that if that's not what you're going to use, because then when you go for business financing and you're putting financial options, but on the Secretary of State you have Financial Options LLC, then it's just not going to match up. So you want everything to be very, very consistent at this point when it comes to registering with the Secretary of State. Because on top of that, if you have to go back and change stuff, it costs. So when you do get your physical office, your physical address, and you have to go back in to the Secretary of State, log in, and you want to change your address, it's going to cost. It costs you. So let's do it right the first time. That's why don't do all this with a home address. Don't go register with them with the home address, because eventually you're going to have to change it to get financing. So just don't do that. Okay. Number 8, guys. After you have registered with the Secretary of State, you want to go ahead and get you a business checking and savings account. Now you want to open up an account with your business name. Because when you start accepting payments and everything like that, we need all of our payments to go into our account, right? Especially when we're using like merchant accounts and stuff like that, or we're using merchants like, you know what I mean, Square and Phone Swipe and anything. Like, you want to make sure this is going into your business account, okay? Your business account. And I was talking to a dear friend of mine, and she put me up on some games. She was like, make sure they know that when they open up an account, try to open one up with the credit union, because they extend lines of credit with time, even though you'll probably still need a personal guarantee. And if it's not a credit union, you might want to go with Wells Fargo. And the reason why I say Wells Fargo is because if you already established a business account with Wells Fargo, you could get a secured business card with them. So that way you can, this could be like your first credit card too, because a lot of it takes a while to get to the credit card. So if you build your business credit and get you a secure business card with Wells Fargo, they are going to pull your credit. And just start to build there, because then when it comes unsecured, then you already have a credit card actually in your business name, just completely under your EIN at this point, once they make it unsecured. So yeah, get your business banking situated, figure out where you want to open up your business account. And I suggest have multiple accounts. Multiple banks that you use just for different stuff. The wealthy people do. They don't keep all their money in one bank. Okay. After that, you want to get you a DUNS number. You're going to need this number so that way when you create your business profile, Dun & Bradstreet is able to create a profile for you as well, because you're going to need that. Without that, you're not going to be able to get a Paydex score, and that's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for our Paydex score, our Experian business, Equifax business. We're shooting to get them scores nice and high, right? So get you a DUNS number, because in most cases you are going to need it anyway to apply. They're going to ask for this in some instances, so you want to make sure that you have it. And not only that, in order for you to even begin to build a Paydex score, you need a DUNS number. So get online, get you a DUNS number. And then step number 10 is going to be a little bit down the road, but I suggest that you start to get access to your reports. Nothing's going to be reporting yet until you begin to buy from vendors. So at this time, I say just download like the nav.com app, just to have it there so you can see it. And it's not going to show you anything until you start to actually build your business credit. But this is just the 10 steps that I'm giving you before you can even think about applying for even vendor credit. And you have to build your credit just like you build your consumer, right? You got to get a credit card, show good payment history. It's different, but you still got to pay early. You still have to make your payments. You still, if you want to have a good score. So with the Nav app, you will be able to just get some information on what I'm talking about today. To start giving you some insights and helping you get along and building a business credit. But in the next video, I'll talk about applying for vendors, because you are going to need at least 3 to even have a Paydex score. So when I come back, we'll talk about the 3 that I apply for, why I apply for them in that order, and I didn't have to purchase for them several times to get approved. I got approved right away because I did these 10 steps, and I'm going to show you guys how to make that happen. Okay? So thank you, my beautiful people, and I want you guys to stay blessed and continue to trust the process. Don't be hard on yourself. Take your time, have patience, and don't give up.